Welcome back to another episode of the YeahDat podcast, hosted by yours truly, West Coast Roberto. He is I am me, I am him. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode 53. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Before we start, you know I gotta say, make sure you rate the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on right meow. If it's Spotify, if it's Apple, make sure you go to the podcast page. You click the stars at the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying? It helps the homie out. It helps me with the exposure, helps me with the push. So make sure you do your part, your due diligence, and show some love for the homie. Show some support. I appreciate y'all tuning in, listening, watching the videos and all that stuff. Last episode 52, I had co-host. My boy Vernon Henderson was on. Actor, comedian, you know what I'm saying? Veteran, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of cats who served with him probably see him on and they're like, nah, you got this dude on. But how many of y'all motherfuckers out there have been in movies, out there doing their thing? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. None. Right? So first off, stop hating. Secondly, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Be more proactive. Be more productive. The time you're wasting hating on people, you'll be putting that energy into something else. But anyways, my boy Vernon Henderson was on, man. Actor, comedian, you know what I'm saying, veteran. And we caught up, you know what I mean, since the last time he was on. He's a previous guest, so now he came back as a co-host for that episode. And we talked about a bunch of things, man. We talked about jumping over the side of a ship while we were on the ship together, you know what I'm saying, on deployments, because those days are real. There'll be them days where you're just kind of sitting out there enjoying the view, but you see nothing but water. And you just look and you're just like, how far is that land over there? If we are close enough to land, and you contemplate just jumping and taking your chances at making it to the shore. We talked about that shit. We talked about finances. We talked about predictions, I guess. We spoke about this blind lady named Baba Yanga. So I was corrected. I said Baba Vanga. But I guess people who in the comments, people were just like, no, her name is Baba Yanga. I was like, okay. But we talked about her and her predictions and how some of them have come true already. And the ones that have come true already were like 9/11. Dang. Somebody told me it was like 9/11 and some other ones. I was like, oh shoot. I didn't realize it was that serious. So now her predictions for 2024 kind of, you know, we got to be ready, I guess you can say. I don't know. But that's what we talked about. Episode 52. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. Watch the episode on YouTube if you want to watch it. If you're more of a visual person, you can watch it on YouTube, youtube.com/West Coast Rob, and they're all up there. You can listen to this podcast on YouTube as well. So for those podcasters out there or those aspiring to be a podcaster, just know that once you set up your podcast and whatever carrier you're on, whatever your platform you're on, take your RSS feed and you can upload it to YouTube. And every time you post your podcast, weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, or whenever, it'll automatically post the audio with the cover and all that stuff, all the information on YouTube. So they can listen to it on YouTube as well. So, you know what I'm saying? You're welcome. Quick tip for those interested in doing a podcast or whatever. It's played on YouTube as well. So you can listen to it on whatever platform. You can listen to this podcast on whatever platform. I'm available everywhere. So make sure you tune in to episode 52 if you haven't already with my co-host, Vernon Henderson. It was a good episode, man. We talked about a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, kids say the darndest things, man. We talk about that stuff too. And with that being said, the shout out to everybody out there who shared the reel or the short or whatever you want to call it, wherever you saw the little clip that I posted on the Instagram on the podcast Instagram page, Instagram.com/YeahDat podcast. If you haven't followed yet, make sure you follow. But I posted the reel about us talking about like the predictions and stuff with Baba Yanga, and that shit went viral, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody out there who liked it, who shared it, who favorited it, who commented, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for giving that traffic to that clip. It just helps the podcast and helps me do something that I love doing, which is this podcast, you know what I mean, and having guests on and learning new things. So I appreciate y'all for that love and all that traffic. Yeah. And what's crazy? So the clip I posted before the reel I'm referring to was the one of we're talking about jumping overboard, which was a funny clip. I watch it over and over and I laugh every time. And then I posted the clip about the predictions about from Baba Yanga or whatever. So then I don't get the notifications on my phone because I didn't set them on. So when I get notifications on Instagram, I have to catch them as I log on Instagram. I don't get notifications because I don't want that traffic on my phone. My phone gets enough traffic as it is. So then I logged on and was like, damn, this shit is day one is like bang, 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 bang. I was like, okay. And then it just continued every day. New followers, whatever, comments, likes, etc. And I was just like, geez, that's what's up. And then I was like, maybe it's because of Baba that is picking up so much buzz. I was like, maybe she's the one doing it. Maybe she's trying to spread her word. You know what I'm saying? Although she passed away in 96. Some of her stuff's come true already. So maybe this is her trying to spread her word even more. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Had a couple comments. People in the comments talking about we're going to go to like a mental hospital or something for that. For posting what we posted or talking about it or whatever. Hey, man. Just because you're closed-minded, can't be afraid. Can't be afraid of what you don't understand, man. Just be open-minded, you know what I mean? Be open-minded and willing to learn or decide whether you are down with it or not. That's all I can say. But like I said, like I was saying, appreciate y'all for making that clip or reel go viral, man. Yeah, or what I consider viral for me. It was viral for me. What? But yeah, that was episode 52. So now we're back with episode 53. Oh yeah. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Yeah, my weekend was all right, you know what I mean? Didn't do too much. It was raining. I'm glad it's getting cold. You know what I mean? Like I said before in past episodes, I'm the person who's like, oh yeah, I'm ready for it to be hot. And once it's summertime and it's hot, I'm ready for it to be fall. I'm ready for it to be cold. Whoop, whoop. And then it's the opposite. When it's cold, I want it to be hot. So I'm glad it's cold, you know what I mean? Outfits are on point, you know what I mean? Usual. But this weekend it rained and it was chilly and windy yesterday on Sunday. And then on Saturday, I woke up early. So I'm not a gamer, but I've been playing games lately, little RPGs. And I've been playing old ones. I'm not playing new ones. I'm not with like the Fallouts or whatever. But over the past couple months, I've been playing like RPG games. For example, I've been playing heavy. I was introduced to Ghost Recon Wildlands. Yeah, I know people who are avid gamers hear this and are like, dang, that game's old. So what? I just found it. It's new to me. And I played it, beat the game, and kept playing it. That game is fucking fire. So then I'm playing it. I'm playing my game. Come down one day, and I notice I have I have Fortnite downloaded on my shit. So I'm like, who the hell put Fortnite on my shit? Come to find out, one of my daughters downloaded it. So I was like, let me see what this Fortnite hoopla is about. I'm playing it. It's hard. Once you're learning how to play, like from the jump, it's hard. So I'm like, all right, let me keep at it, whatever. Start getting the hang of it. Start playing the different little games or whatever. I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, I'm fucking with this. This shit is tight. Let's go. I'm fucking with it. About a week or two later, I was done with it. So then for the past 3 weeks, I've been playing the Division 2. And man, I am in love with that game. I know it came out years ago. I'm not, like I said, I'm not one that's all about playing these games when they come out, whatever. I'm usually like a sports guy. I only play FIFA, really. FIFA's the only game I really buy brand new. Oh, FIFA and Mortal Kombat. Those are the only two franchises or whatever that I get right when they're brand new, and I get like the $100 game and with all of it, whatever. Those are only two games. But the Division 3 is coming out. So I was like, okay, the game must be good if they have a third one coming out and people are excited about it. So I was like, let me look into the division. So I'm looking into the Division 1 and the Division 2. So I'm reading about both of them, whatever. So I was like, let me go with 2. 2 seems like it's better. Of course, it's going to be better than the first because the first, you come out with it, people like it, and then you improve with the second one. So I downloaded the second one. And that game is fucking fire. My goodness. Addicted to that shit. That shit is hard as fuck. Hard, like tight, cool, whatever. That shit is hard as fuck. I woke up Saturday morning. So I've been playing the game for about 3 weeks now. And I woke up Saturday morning. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. Once it was Friday evening, I was like, hell yeah, it's the weekend. I'm about to sip a little bit, and play this game. So I started, came down here, was sipping, was playing the game. My wife was like, hey, you remember JoJo got a recital, or not a recital, has a choir performance tonight. And I was like, doo-doo, doo-doo. So I was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about it. So I had to put it on pause. You know what I mean? Saved it, whatever. Went to the recital, or went to the, I don't know why I keep saying recital. Went to the performance. If it is recital, whatever. Went to the performance. Proud dad, as always. I see her up there singing. I'd be fighting back tears. And then my oldest, she got a choir performance on Thursday. So same thing. Proud dad. So then I was like, all right, boom. Did that, came home, chilled. Down here, played. Weekends, weekends are here. You look forward to sleeping in a little bit, or at least what you consider sleeping in, waking up later than you usually have to wake up every workday, right? So I wake up pretty early. I wake up at like 5:30, 5:45 on the weekdays for work or whatever. So I'm like, all right, get to sleep in a little, maybe till 8, whatever. I woke up at 7:45. No, I woke up at 7:30 and was up. And I was like, I'm about to go play this game. So I'm down here. I came down here, was playing. I played from 7 straight now. I played from like 7:45 till like 3:45. And I was like, fuck. How many hours is that? So I was like, damn, 7, 8, 9, that's like 10 hours. Like, holy, like something like that, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, that's 8 hours. So I played like 8 hours straight. And I could have kept going. I was like, no, let me take a break. Spend some time with the fam bizam, you know what I mean? So I stopped. Went upstairs, ate, kicked it a little bit, came back down. Probably an hour after turning it off. Came back down, played it a little bit. Then I was like, all right, I'm done. Went up there, chilled with my daughters. We were up there watching fail videos and just laughing, chilling, no phone type shit. It was a good time. Then on Sunday, what did we do Sunday? Sunday was just a gray rainy day. Kind of reminded me of the time or kind of reminded me of when we lived in Washington. It was like a Washington type day. So we were all just kicking. Everybody was kind of doing their own thing, kind of like slumming it. Daughters were in their room. Wifey was asleep. You know where I was, gaming it up. So it was a good weekend. Let me sum it all up there. I went on a little tangent there, but it was a good weekend. I haven't been watching football lately. One, because I'm disappointed. My damn Chargers. Come on, man. Come on. To the Broncos. Come on. What are we doing? Then my quarterback broke his a finger on his throwing hand. So now he has two hands and a broken finger on each hand. That's crazy. But I would say, so yeah, I haven't been watching football. But the highlight of yesterday's football games that I did see was the Chiefs losing, and the way they lost was funny. And it was just, to me, it was like, so I'm a Chargers fan, right? I'm a Chargers fan. No AFC West, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, Chargers. So I'm a Chargers fan. I don't root for the other teams. But if there is another team that I will root for that isn't the Chargers, it's the Raiders. The other two, despise them. The Chiefs more so the past couple years because they've been winning. Yeah, whatever. You can say what you say. I don't like them. Patrick Mahomes, no. Me and my wife and my oldest daughter get into it about the Chiefs all the time. Like, oh, you a hater. Like, no, I'm not a hater. I just don't like the Chiefs. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I don't have to root for him. I don't. So seeing him throwing that temper tantrum yesterday was hilarious. And then for him to come up and be like, oh yeah, for him to throw that flag that time of the game, whatever, it was a shame. Hall of Fame tight end play taken away, whatever. Like, you're mad at this fool threw a flag. And then in the same statement, you're like, yeah, dude was probably a little offsides. But okay, a little offsides is offsides. Therefore warrants a flag. Say less. Over. Done. You lost. You know what I mean? For all my people who out there who don't watch football, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Stop crying, fool. You lost. You know what I mean? And then you bitching about the call, but then you're going to say, yeah, he probably was offsides or a little bit offsides. But for you to throw it right then and make that call right then and there, like, what do you mean? You just said he was offsides. Therefore, warrants a flag. Therefore, negates the play. Therefore, shut the fuck up. But that's enough. That's enough of that, man. So all in all, it was a good chill weekend. Good chill weekend, man. So hope everybody else had a good weekend. Hope y'all staying safe out there, man. There's a lot of nonsense going on out there in this world, man. A lot of shenanigans going on. I know there's all that shit going on overseas, man. Shout out to all my people out there who are deployed on the ships out there, and for those who are deployed on the motherfucking Ford, y'all got extended again. Damn. I hope y'all are staying level-headed out there. Y'all been out there for a long time, man. Y'all will come home soon, so just keep your head up, man. Keep your head on straight. But yeah, it's a crazy world out there, man. You know what I mean? Like, we had condolences to the families of those who lost their lives in the UNLV mass shooting that happened days ago. That's a shame, man. That is a shame. Like, why? Like, I don't know how we can do it, but something has to give. We got to stop the mass shootings from happening. But it's crazy because, you have your Second Amendment rights, right to bear arms. You have that right. So UNLV shooter was 67 years old. And the gun he had was purchased legally. So it's like, I mean, you don't know what people are going to do with their firearms. A lot of people are just love firearms, and they purchase firearms to have their little collection and to shoot. You know what I mean? My brother-in-law is one of them. My brother-in-laws are two of them, actually. they have an abundance of guns and they enjoy shooting. I mean, shooting is fun. You know what I mean? So you have no control of what people are going to do with their guns, but it's unfortunate that it's an issue and this happens. So condolences to the families of those that lost lives in the mass shooting. There were three people killed in the shooting, 3 faculty members. None of them were students. However, but it's sad that they had to lose their lives to an unfortunate circumstance. The shooter, 67 years old, had a master's, got his master's from Duke and got his doctorate from Georgia. He was an assistant professor at ECU, and he went to apply to become a professor at UNLV, but he wasn't hired. So apparently Fool had a list of people he wanted to shoot between the two schools, between two schools, ECU and UNLV. The people he shot and took their lives weren't the people on his list. They were just, I guess, in his way. And he, the weapon he had was a 9mm Taurus, and he had like 180 rounds or something like that. It's crazy. It's just crazy that happened. So condolences to the families who lost their loved ones during the shooting. 3 were killed, like I said, plus the shooter, so 4 all in total. And condolences to the family of the shooter as well. It's just unfortunate that happened, and that mass shootings are still happening. Like, people need to get the help they need. I mean, like that's never an answer. Just doing that, the shooting stuff. Like, there was a shooting in San Antonio, I believe, as well. Like, what is going on? Like, we need to nip this in the bud, man, and cut this shit out. But it's scary out there, man, because you send your kids to school, and then you don't think about, okay, oh, there's a shooting today. Just like the 2 that happened in North Carolina earlier in the year, University of North Carolina. Like, I mean, especially college kids, like, as a parent, your kid's going off to college, boom. So they're kind of like, they left the nest, they're doing their thing. They're good. You don't want to worry about them. And then to hear some news about that, especially if the college is out of state, it's just like, man, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. So be careful out there, man. It's a crazy world we live in, and a lot of crazy shit is happening. And like, what's up with the fucking stealing shit? Like, I've seen a bunch of videos as of late where motherfuckers are just running in stores and just grabbing shit and dipping. Like, what the fuck is going on? And you know what's sad? That it's fucking majority. You know what? Every video I've seen, they're black people. Like, what is up? What the fuck is up, man? It just irks me to see that shit. Like, I saw the video of the ladies in like a Burlington coat factory just snatching and grabbing a bunch of shit. Then I saw the little clique of fools that went in that Nike store, and they just clearing out the racks and shit. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? Like, what are y'all doing? Then I saw the other day there was a FedEx truck that was robbed. It had pulled up on the street, and then there was a car, and 3 homies hopped out that mug, jumped in the truck. They cleared the truck out in 43 seconds. And it wasn't like no little Amazon van or nothing. It was like a legit fucking, like a UPS sized truck. I mean, one of the big old brown trucks, but it was a FedEx truck. And they cleared that whole truck out in 43 seconds. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, it's not that serious to be stealing shit like that, man. I know it's easier for me to say that shit because I'm not in the situation of whatever it is, or the logic or the thought process behind the people stealing the shit is. Maybe it's hard for them, or times is tough and they can't purchase or want to purchase whatever it is they feel like they got to take from Nike or or Burlington Coat Factory or whatever. But I've been on that side before. I'm not on there now, but I've been there before. So I know what it's like. And have I stolen? Yes. From a department store? Yes. Did I get caught? Yeah. One time. But, I mean, it makes you think. I don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, and then, I don't know, man. It's just, motherfuckers don't give a fuck. And it's crazy because a lot of them stores don't have, like, excuse me, they don't have the censor shit on it because they don't want to tear up their fucking apparel. So that's why a lot of them stores are getting targeted by these mass robberies or mass thieves or whatever you want to call them, because they're scoping it out, which not condoning, but that's pretty damn smart. You know what I'm saying? Pretty damn smart. But it's just crazy. It's just nonsense that just needs to stop. Like stop that shit, man. Like stop that shit. And then for us black folks, like, yo, stop that shit. Man, just, oh God, cut that shit out. Cut that shit out. It's not a good look for us, for our people, whatever. Especially when y'all motherfuckers are complaining that y'all aren't treated equally and shit like that. I mean, so like, we need to stop that shit. We need to do better. We need to be better. But it's just a crazy, crazy fucking time we are in right now. Like, even our fucking president and our ex-presidents are dealing with shit. Like, Trump is going through that civil trial right now. And then you got President Biden's son who's getting hemmed up for fucking tax evasion, who can do 17 years in prison. Like, first off, y'all some fucking, y'all politicians are some motherfuckers. Y'all know. Y'all the main ones putting out these policies and shit, knowing damn well that fucking y'all scheming. How y'all gonna put out a policy, but then be the one scheming on the shit? And then for the little sons and shit, for Hunter Biden to be doing all that shit. How you not paying your taxes, clown? That's that Nepo shit that they were talking about, huh? Maybe. That's what we spoke about that in the last episode too. Nepotism. And well, no, we didn't. That was 2 episodes ago. Go back 2 episodes and see what I said about that shit. But a lot of that shit can be attributed to baby Biden, I guess you can say. But I mean, you got our leaders doing shit like this, getting hemmed up for shit. I mean, it's only a trickle effect. So what's going on around here? What is going on around here in the world we live in? You tell me. And then we had so like I said, it's crazy out there, man. Kids can't go to school without worrying about something. You can't go to the store with your fam without motherfuckers, with the possibility of motherfuckers running in that bitch, stealing shit. So you can't buy shit. You want to buy some shit. You can't take a motherfucking trip anywhere because you got motherfuckers trying to sabotage the aircrafts. I don't know if y'all heard about that. The motherfucking Alaskan airline pilot that tried to shut the fucking engines off mid-flight. Y'all hear about that? Y'all ain't hear about that? So, an Alaskan airline pilot who was off duty, his name is, what's his name? Fucking Joseph Emerson. So Joseph Emerson was an Alaskan airline pilot. So this fool was off duty. You know what I'm saying? Took a flight. You know, he's a pilot. People, you know him. They know him. You know what I mean? He's on an Alaskan airline flight. So he's like, oh, let me go in here and kick it in the cockpit. You know what I'm saying? With my homies or whatever. So he goes in there. He's off duty. He's just taking a flight to wherever. He goes into the cockpit. So there's a pilot sitting in the pilot seat. There's an open seat in the cockpit or whatever. So homie takes the seat in the open cockpit. He takes the extra seat. And as he's sitting there, this fool jumps on the console and is attempting to shut the engines off mid-flight. However, he wasn't successful. Homie was apprehended, of course, air marshal, etc., right? So he was just released from prison last Thursday. So with being released, this fool pled not guilty to a bunch of shit. So originally he was charged with attempted murder, but pled not guilty to it. And it was bumped down to, what was it? Reckless endangerment. And he also pled not guilty to interfering with a flight crew. So he went from attempted murder to reckless endangerment. Okay, whatever. And not the stipulations, but the conditions upon his release from the judge are that he is to undergo mental health services, and not come within 30 feet of an operable aircraft or fuck with any type of drugs or alcohol. That's crazy to me, yo. It's crazy to me. Is this a white man? You goddamn right it is. Not trying to put that whole race thing up there, but is shit unfair? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you can fucking take this clip and you can remix it or share it or repost it or whatever. Yes, it is. Look it up. You can see it, where there's two individuals committing the same crime, two different colors, two different sentences, with the person being lighter, meaning white, with the lesser charges than the darker. So, do I think this is fucking privilege? Not saying that, but if I were to commit a crime like that, I would just hope that the judge would be as lenient on me as well. I went from attempted murder, not saying he should get attempted murder, but from attempted murder to reckless endangerment, I don't know. That's a big change in sentences. I don't know. That's pretty nuts to me. But I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on that shit? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, or you can fucking put it in the comments of a clip in on IG or TikTok or whatever. Let me know. Or comment it down here on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on, or on YouTube, here on YouTube, whatever. Let me know what you think about that. That shit is crazy, man. That fool went from attempted murder to reckless endangerment, so he can get some mental evaluations. Crazy. And lastly, we're going to talk about the newly appointed Person of the Year. For those of you who aren't aware, Time Magazine does a Person of the Year every year. Last year, I believe it was Elon Musk was the Person of the Year last year in 2022. And 2023, correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, 2023, the 2023 Time Magazine Person of the Year is Miss Taylor Swift. Oh yeah, I know a lot of these Swifties out there are happy about that. But she is the Time Magazine 2023 Person of the Year. And I've seen a couple of videos where people are like, what'd she do to become Person of the Year? Has she put out this or whatever? Like, what has she done? So to answer those people out there asking that question, in order to become the Time Magazine Person of the Year, a person or group or concept has to be the most shaped in the headlines for good or ill. Meaning, you just got to be in the headlines consistently all year to become the Person of the Year. So Time's Person of the Year is the annual designation for the person, group, or concept that most shaped the headlines for good or ill. So if you're constantly in the headlines all year long, regardless of what it is, you're going to become Person of the Year. Way back when, Hitler was the Person of the Year for Time Magazine. That's a fact. Look it up. So because that person was in the headlines all fucking year long. So for you to be like, well, what'd she do all year long? What do you mean what'd she do all year long? So for my football fans out there, you already know she was in the motherfucking, she stayed on fucking TV. I was getting annoyed. And that's another reason why I hate the Chiefs too, man. God, jeez. But she was always on, when the Chiefs played, you best believe that game was on TV. And the Chiefs are always on TV any fucking way. And please believe they were showing Taylor Swift if she was at the game. And there was a week span, a 3-week span or some shit like that, where Taylor Swift was always shown on the fucking TV during the game. So according to Taylor, she didn't even know she was being shown on the TV when they were showing her. She had went to the game to watch Kelsey, of course, her dude. And she had no idea of how many times and when they were showing her, because she said that the cameras are so far away that you can't even see where the cameras are, and then you don't even know that they're showing you or when they're showing you. So for her to see how frequently she was being shown, it was surprising or whatever. But I don't know, it became a thing, and it was annoying for just a regular avid football fan just to see. It's like, no one wants to see that. So what? She's jumping up and down and high-fiving. Okay, we get it, man. We get it. And then to be with Mahomes' wife, like, oh, sit down. That's a whole nother topic. I ain't getting into that. But there was that. And of course, her being Taylor Swift, being shown dating a Kansas City Chief player, her name is associated with big business. So of course, jersey sales out of this world. You know what I'm saying? Ratings out of this world for the Chiefs games. So, that's a big market right there. So of course the NFL is going to eat it up. Then, she had her tour. She had her tour this year, and it was estimated to be the biggest of all time because she's the first person to gross over $1 billion on a tour. Think about that. The first to gross over $1 billion on a tour. Of all the artists, of all the genres that we have out there, she's the first person to do it. Beatles, Michael Jackson, Elvis. Who else we got? Bob Dylan, Rolling Stones. You know what I mean? Prince. Like, she's the first to do it. Like, okay. Remember when there was that big ordeal with the tickets. So she sold 2 million tickets on the first day, setting a record. No one's ever done that. 2 million tickets on the first day. Her tour, once it opened, caused Ticketmaster to crash. So people weren't getting their tickets. Remember that. People weren't getting their tickets and all that stuff. So the lawsuits were filed, and it was like a big deal. Big deal. I remember that was like earlier in the year. So, and releasing with the tour, she had released a concert movie. So in releasing her concert movie, she didn't go to streamers and all that shit. She bypassed the studios and the streamers, and then she forged a pact with MC Theaters, which gave the theater chain its highest single day ticket sales in history. There are at least 10 college courses devoted to Taylor Swift, with one being at Harvard. It's crazy. The professor at Harvard compares her to poet William Wordsworth. For those of you who are unfamiliar with William Wordsworth, he is considered the father of romantics and the father of lyrical ballads. So very iconic. And, it's just at her concerts, there was like little bands, little bracelets that were being passed around. And that alone caused a 500% influx in crafting stores, Michael's, Joann's, wherever, because people were the Swifties were going there to buy their bracelets for the concerts. Like, whether you like it or not, Taylor Swift has been relevant all year. Thus, is why she is the person of the year. Which at first, when I saw the videos, I was just like, I kind of agree with y'all. Like, what'd she do to be considered person of the year? But then like reading up on the considerations and how you're considered to be person of the year, and then thinking back about it, it's just like, okay, understood. So kudos to Taylor Swift, man. You know what I mean? Doing her thing. Can't even be mad at her. She got some bangers. You know what I mean? I done sang some songs. You know what I'm saying? She has one of those famous clips where somebody helped her. You know what I mean? Because when she first came out, you didn't really know who she was until somebody came out and kind of like disrespected her. And then from there, it was kind of like, damn, who's this? And then bang. You know what I mean? So she's in the headlines again. She's been in the headlines all year. So congratulations to her for being the Time Magazine Person of the Year. But yeah, that's how you become the Person of the Year. But with that being said, man, we're going to wrap this episode up. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And as always, please do your part, man. Rate the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. If it's on YouTube, like it. If you're listening to it on YouTube, like it on YouTube. If you're watching this, I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like and you subscribe, you share. Make sure you follow on Instagram at YeahDat Podcast. I mean, the whole nine, man. You already know what to do because y'all stay on social media. Support your homies, support your friends. And if you like it, make sure you share it and you put your peoples on. And I mean, just help spread the word, man. I appreciate y'all. Also on the reels, there's a little thing called gifts. If you hit that gift, I mean, you can hook the homie up with a gift, or you wanna donate to the show, and I mean, do whatever you want. There's my PayPal link is linked or whatever in one of them bios or whatever. But every donation or gift will go into buying better equipment, and it all just goes back into the show, making the show even better quality for you out there. But like I said, appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. Y'all have no idea. Thank y'all for listening. Episode 53. Until the next episode, this is the homie West Coast Rob signing out. I appreciate y'all so much. YeahDat. West Coast Rob.